Okay, well, 7:30. Briaroaks, City Council, now in session. Yes. Sure.
There's no adjourn?
On the agenda,
I guess we can just handwrite adjourn at the bottom.
if it's not posted out there, we're not supposed to do it.
Okay, so we'll just keep talking then, we'll just keep going.
Sure.
I'll be positive about recommend the project proceed because it doesn't like adjourn. It's not one of the rules. You feel smart about it, that's fine, but if we can continue.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'll talk to you about why sometime today, so I think we've had a long conversation about the agenda, which the city makes up the agenda. And we need some processes on that, and the mayor does not make up the agenda, the city does. That includes the city council, so we're fine with this agenda.
Okay.
Are you doing the secretary tonight?
No, why would I be the secretary
I
tonight?
just asked.
Why would you look at me to be secretary?
Where
tonight?
is the
Are you gonna
secretary?
be the secretary tonight? Well, the secretary didn't show up because she didn't get paid. So she's not resigning, but she's not showing
I
up
beg to differ, she did.
until she gets paid.
She
Because
did
it's
get paid.
it's federal law not to pay, and this is like the 4th month in a row it's been late. She still has not received it. That's why our animal control officer quit, because she did not get paid on the timely manner. Why would she show up if she hasn't gotten paid? She's supposed to get paid by the last day of the month, which was Friday. Yes, that is the
The
way
check was
that's why
right.
she had direct deposit.
Show me.
And you took the payroll company away, even though the city council voted on that. And your words were, things change. No, they do not. I called him, the man spoke to an attorney and spoke about this. He said, if it changes, then you have to go through the same process to undo it. We voted to have a payroll company to do a direct deposit, and you just chose to undo it. He said, that is not how it works. You have to vote to undo it. You just do not take it upon yourself. Mayor Pro Tem, and he also made that point. You're a city council person just like us.
I have a question. You say that it's against the federal,
The man from TNL said she could sue you, she could sue the city very easily.
could I see that? Because a lot of people get paid the first day of the month.
But
They
it was
get
made
paid
that she would be paid the last
Or
working
they
day.
get it at midnight. But I'm just saying, it's,
No, it's been the last day of the month, and that's when it was supposed to be, not when you put it in the mailbox and never got there. That's why she asked for direct deposit. So it would be there, so she wouldn't have to be deposit. But then y'all changed everything on your own without a vote. And it's not right for her to show up without being paid. Again, that's how you lost your animal control officer. And it is against the federal law. So no, I guess you don't have a city secretary tonight because she did
I
not
think
get
that
paid.
was because we did not get the proper paperwork from the payroll company.
Well, what is your
Because
big
it was sent,
process?
it was sent to Kelly, to Mrs. Alkin, and she did not forward it to us. I mean, it's,
Kelly is completely out of that. Carolyn is now the contact for the payroll company. It's my understanding that Carolyn gives you that and you write the check, which I didn't think you were supposed to be writing checks.
I talked to the payroll company, Jenny Candler, and the reason she does not get direct deposit is direct deposit rejected us. We are no more their.
Because you let the payroll bounce. You let the payroll bounce.
She
because
got
you
paid
chose the
in May,
accounts without
that
letting
was the
anybody
last,
know.
that was her last paycheck, direct deposit in May.
Well, we need to be.
We could not, the mayor could not pay her because she refused to give the checkbooks to mayor and he had to close the account.
No, that's not
Yes.
acceptable. She did not get paid when she was
She-
supposed to get paid. She took over the accounts
She is to get paid on the
last day of the month.
last day, business day of the month,
Which is the
which she
29th.
did, the 29th. I took her paycheck to the mail and watched the attendant stamp it the 29th. He said it would go out.
It's supposed to arrive on the 29th, not be postmarked on the 29th. Arrive.
Well, all right, she probably has three choices then. She can pick it up, make arrangements to pick it up, or she can turn us in to the Texas Workforce.
Evidently, somebody's
Or
already
she
called.
can
the
resign.
I don't know. Well, or she can call an attorney and I'll take care of that. And
Well-
it'll cost the city money, by the way. That's what it's gonna cost. Because it's not done properly. I don't blame her for not showing up, and I call offense that you asked me if I'm gonna be the secretary.
I have a question. What is the precedent? How did we do this in the past?
We always paid them when it was due.
We wrote a check, we paid them.
I guess they put it in the mail, I had nothing to do with it.
I believe most of the checks were handed to them. Well, Paul's here, they were handed directly to you.
I got a check, right, exactly. Hand it to me.
And
Hand it to you.
We can
Usually
do
you
that.
have a meeting or?
Yeah.
Yeah, or, no, Mary would actually bring it back.
You bring it up.
Yeah, but it was voted in that we do direct deposit. And y'all mess that up by letting the payroll banks, if they won't allow us to have to keep
Terry, you don't have to tell us all 18 times. Evidently, you're calling TML and telling them.
I'm asking for advice from TML. Yeah.
We're gonna be lucky if they don't walk in here tonight and try to shut us down.
TML.
These are simple things that we can handle within our
No,
council.
we haven't been handling them. Why did they shut payroll down?
If you show up here looking for a fight every time,
I don't want to fight, I want it to be done properly. We look,
you
we're
show
just
up
city
here
secretary.
on attack.
No,
This looks like a
I'm being
well-rehearsed,
attacked.
this looks like a well-rehearsed setup. Does it not? I mean,
So how do you suggest we solve this?
I actually think that it needs to be on time, there needs to be a precedent, it needs to be followed. I'm trying to figure out what that is, and honestly, whatever this couple $100 a month is, if it's a day late, I don't think it's that big a deal. I bet nobody's ever thrown this big a fit about it before.
Honestly. Our animal control officer didn't get paid, and that was $75 a month.
And I bet nobody poked her about that either.
So good.
For
Okay, let's
75
get on
For
with
75
business at hand. We can talk about that later. Was your attorney here?
No, actually, I'm having internet problems, and this is on my end, so I guess it's not gonna happen.
Is this not working?
No, but for some reason, nobody's internet connection will work here, and I have to have that.
Okay, so
You know, what if we move it closer to the door, it might be a metal building. We try closer to the door, it might be a metal building.
Can I ask her one more question?
yeah,
Well, this is on that.
Wouldn't it be better if he could show up here maybe next week and we could see him in person?
He wants to do a Zoom because of COVID. When I called TML, they said that was quite acceptable. No interview had to be in person. So,
Okay, according to, Ken Paxton and the governor of the state, all of that was rescinded, all the COVID stuff was rescinded, and September 1st, we went back to the old rules.
it won't change, even because of COVID. Zoom is a way for the future. They said most of the interviews at TML aren't been done by Zoom before COVID, after COVID. He said, there's nothing saying that you cannot do it by Zoom.
Only if it's an emergency can you use telecommunications.
You can use telecommunications. I don't have to be sitting. here.
Obviously, we
I
can't
can
because we don't
be-
have internet
Yeah.
service here.
All of the members have to be here because COVID is no longer an
If you would-
excuse.
if you'd have read this book,
The Attorney General.
if you'd have done this
according to the
testing,
governor.
that y'all haven't done, when every time you've
Okay,
done
I
it
just
again.
wanted to mention that.
This states that you can have it in any form.
If we can't talk to him on Zoom, we may have to do that. He can wear a mask if he wants to. That's what I'm just saying, that's an option. If we can't talk to him now.
If he preferred Zoom because of COVID, I think that's his priority, that's fine. But if we prefer to see someone in person, that's our priority. That's This day and age, if someone wants to wear a mask, that's fine. If somebody doesn't want to wear a mask, that's fine. Whether you prefer Zoom or whether you prefer to see someone in person, that's personal choice.
Okay, what's not happening today, so that's that.
Okay, let's go on to the next item on the agenda.
Understand.
Review and approve the minutes for the August 2nd, 2021 meeting. We can't do that.
Should we do a roll call?
Hmm?
Should we do a roll call?
Yeah. Okay. We'll go back and do the roll call. Carolyn Johnson,
Here,
Andy Bode,
Here.
Jack,
Here.
Terry,
Here,
Phillip,
Here.
all present accounted for. Okay, review the approve the updated treasurer's report. You got that?
Oh, yeah. I do too, she makes those. Okay. I look through it. Okay.
Carolyn, you ready?
the treasurer.
You have something on the minutes?
On the minutes. Yes. They're still not right. On number 4, down at the bottom, they did not know how much money the city has. That is not true and should be stricken.
but that is your opinion.
Yes.
But we aren't allowed to do opinion.
That, I mean, I said it too,
And we did.
and this is,
So why is it
this is the secretary's opinion, as I stated. It should not be in there. That's why I mentioned it.
So she was told to strike that, and that was your opinion, which right after you said that, I think he said what was in it, kind of didn't even match your opinion.
He gave a report.
But I just think it's a double standard, for she had to strike her opinion, but you're not to give your opinion.
The secretary does not put her opinion in her minutes.
It's an opinion, it's an opinion.
And number 11, this should be stricken, given that council member Bode allowed unauthorized persons to assess the city's storage facility when the count was under his control. That should be stricken. It was never proven. Besides, we had no policy in place that said who would go in there, who had access to it to begin with.
Well, that was explained, and, Deborah was on it, but he explained why it was an accident, so.
Well, it should be stricken, because it's not true. The minutes are shambles. I can't.
Oh, by the way, what policy did that violate? We didn't have one.
I didn't say it violated that,
No.
I'm just saying that she was on there, I never
No.
said it violated any policy. We don't have
It was
policy for
said,
anything.
it was said illegal access. Did you tell me what law, what policy it violated?
Didn't strike that, I didn't say that, because the city doesn't have any policies. That's
That's,
true.
that's what it was, one around.
I said you explained it.
So anyone could go in if we don't have a policy.
That's
So
right.
we do now.
We do now.
We do now.
Now, even explained that it was a clerical error. I mean, nobody had access to it other than myself. And I offered keys to everybody in here and nobody picked me up. Even Mayor Salinas didn't want a key. So. Yeah, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, that's all I had. I just said the minutes aren't, they're shambled.
But what else is wrong with
They're
them?
not right.
That's three minutes, right? If the rest is stricken, then we take out the access to the storage unit, the opinion on the, amount in the account. What was the other one? Just three things. Number 4 and number 11. From start to finish, it was a lot, but if we're down to just three things, maybe we can get through this and not deal with this one again. Please.
Right.
I mean, we gotta get it right, but maybe we can get it right today.
It's for me.
Okay, so number 4,
The last sentence in number 4. The last sentence in number 4, that's what he was asking. Is that correct?
Yes.
And number 11. On the second item, given that council members are allowed to allow private persons to access the state storage facility from the account manager's control. Be strict.
It's still going to be approved. There's a change in that.
I'm good with just those 2 changes. I'm good with just 2 changes she mentioned.
so the last sentence in number 4, and then on number 11, which part? I want to get it out loud on record, and then we can vote on it.
It's in the second, item there, after concerning storage facility, from given until under his control. Be strict.
I'll make a motion to approve these minutes as corrected.
And the part from Councilman Witcher on be left.
Okay, I hear a second.
I'll second.
All opposed?
In favor?
Approved? All approved?
To approve?
Yep.
Ward 1? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Review and approve the updated treasury report.
Yes.
Yes, sorry, what was that next item? I didn't hear what was the next item?
Treasurer's report.
What is this? What does it say?
Review and approve the updated treasurer's report.
Definitely treasurer report and supporting documentation for May, June, July, August, and second quarter. Do you have supporting documentation?
Okay. The items in red with changes, notations, each have a number by them. Some are on the back. As far as the changes, correspondence. As to what was there is in red. And you can go over each one. If there are questions, I'll show you.
Did you bring the supporting documentation that is in the agenda? Okay, can we look up and see why the AT&T bills differ each month?
I can tell you one.
Why is it 165.42?
I can either show you or I can tell you, whichever.
Well, why don't you tell me first? Why is it 165.42, 81.57, 81.57, and then? And then 193.19. And then, one thing I would like to know is too, when Mayor Salinas was here, we had $400,000 that you could see that the city had, the financials. Now it's $300,000. And it seems to be, as Deborah called out, when I was looking at the budget, why he had such a high amount for interest. It's because we don't see all the accounts anymore. I want to know why we see just the CDs, not the IRAs. Because it's hard to figure out what interest we're gonna get what's on the budget, because it in no way coincides with what's on the financials. Why aren't we seeing all of the money? When Mayor Salinas was here, we had 400,000. Now we don't see all of the accounts. You only say that we have around 300. What happened to the other 100? How come it's not called out on here?
Who said it was 400?
It was 400. Even because the interest here does not match up to what you put on the budget. I called it out at the last meeting. I'm like, where are you coming up with that interest on the budget? And Deborah said, oh, you're not seeing, it must be the IRAs.
Since I have been able to see it, these numbers match.
Where,
I can only go by what I've seen.
okay, there are any other accounts on the city besides these CDs?
We get that, those are the ones that were set up that are paid on a monthly basis. Not all of them are, some of them are yearly.
Why don't we see those accounts here? I'm used to seeing 400,000 when Mayor Salinas was here. Now you're coming up with
I don't know
300,
where you're coming up with 400,000.
because it was on our financials before.
No.
Okay. like one on my back. I mean, I just think the city should see.
If you have a copy of that, please let me see it so I can figure it out.
Okay, I certainly will. If they just AT&T thing, and then I'll pull it out.
Okay, now what was your question on the phone?
Mine was-
Which was the major one?
Why, in May is the AT&T bill 165.42. Is there late charges associated with that? Because I know we've been late on, was it T-Mobile? There's been an issue, because it's city secretary's office on that. So I just wanted to know if there was late charges associated with this.
No, I don't have that. That is in Kelly's possession. Mrs. Alpha has that.
She has all these AT&T bills, but she hasn't,
Yeah, those ones right there. The
she
first
hasn't
ones,
paid any bills since
the
May.
first
I don't think
ones
she
that
did.
I have.
Well, it should be June because she didn't have access in June, July,
For July.
August, September.
July are the first bills that I actually have. She has everything else.
Well, okay,
And I've asked for those repeatedly, and I have yet to see even a photocopy.
they're in the storage building.
Hmm?
They're in the storage building.
Well, then
She said that our last meeting, everything's in the storage building.
I will
She doesn't
look
have
and,
possession of it.
I will look and make copies of
Okay.
it. Through there.
Well, you have to have, where is that, July?
But I'm not gonna do it tonight. I don't think that's fair.
Okay, can you tell me why July is 193.19? The months prior it was 81.57.
And that's the 15. Oh, I'm jumping to July. Okay. Okay, the adjustments were, that was a return check, so they charged $30. And we got charged 10 cents on government fees and taxes. The return check, 81.57. So that comes to 111.67. That 111.67 is added onto the 81.52 that was owed for that month, which equals 193.19.
So it's a $30 overdraft?
And that was payment for both the animal control and the police call.
Okay, can you show me what you did to the payroll problem,
Which payroll problem?
where you had the $100 overdraft on Kelly's salary?
Which month? You're talking about you? With Vicki Perkey's payroll?
No, it's Kelly's. You had the overdraft of $100 built into, look like her salary. Right there. It is July.
If it was in June, she was paid out of the wrong account. It was just set up.
No, that wasn't it. It was in July. You still have it that way? The account secretary Kelly out in June payroll, $563.60.
That's because the
That's
check
because
went through.
There's $100 overdraft in that. It's not Kelly's salary. Remember, you're
No,
gonna
no,
pull that
no.
out.
No, that was the fee because it bounced.
I know, for
They charged
$100.
$100.
It should be a separate line item so we can see when there's an overdraft fee.
No,
This looks like this
that's
is
it.
what you paid her.
That is in here. That's the supporting documents. You can't include every little item on a financial report. There's nothing wrong with it if you want to see this.
Okay, well, I think it would be nice to call out because this 563 looks
All
like
the
a
way
number
before, he admitted to it before.
Well, in the financials.
There's only so much room on the page. What else?
That's all I have. I guess if there's anything else that'll come out on it, we ever get rid of doing that.
Yes, it will. Hopefully everything is together so that we can just, there's lots.
This is the storage company.
I'm
So, I mean, all that stuff.
just saying, I always just like that, because otherwise they won't want to touch it.
Let's make sure it's all in, that y'all have your stuff, and you need to finish it with that stuff.
I hear a motion, we accept Perkey report. Thank you.
I make a motion to accept this.
I hear a second. Motion been made and seconded. All in favor, show of hands. Okay. The next item on the agenda discuss possibly on the city budget, which we cannot do because it has been up the length of time required.
Mike, can you talk yet? Oh, okay, but before we approve it, we'll discuss it.
Right.
It's gotta be there 30 days.
Okay.
Number 7,
Wait.
responsible for.
We can't approve it, but we can't discuss it either.
It's,
There's no need to discuss it. We can't approve it.
until it's approved in the budget, we don't have the position. So.
Yeah, but we're not gonna approve it until we discuss it some more. There's just some questions on it, so before we approve it at our next meeting, then we can discuss it. Because not everybody's gonna say, hey, there's a lot of questions still on that. Why do we have somebody down there as a municipal attorney? We don't hold municipal board.
Wouldn't we be,
Didn't we decide not to have police in?
wouldn't we just
Whoa.
be shooting in the
No.
dark until we get
I know,
a
that's what you said at the last meeting.
Never
No, it was
decided.
never voted on, I agree.
We tabled some ideas, we loaded some ideas, we've never made that.
That's right, so that's what we can approve the budget, that's stuff that we haven't even discussed.
Wouldn't it be shooting in the dark in the treasurer though, until we get an attorney that can help us set it up?
Thank you.
That's the point.
They're talking about the budget in general, different side of the room.
So we can just discuss it right before. If that's what you're wishing. I don't know, can you,
Okay, number
can you
7,
explain, I'm sorry, Can you explain a little bit more as to why we can't discuss it? That's all. Phillip, had a question?
Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be discussion, there's likely gonna be adjustments before we can approve. If we wait 30 days to even discuss it, how long before we can approve? What you're saying is we probably need to get the attorney first. Because that's gonna answer all the questions.
The treasurer, it would probably be a good idea. I mean, I don't know that much about what is actually required other than what you can read in the code. There's a lot more. I don't know that much about city, municipal, I know about state,
But we were
it's
talking,
close, but it's not.
we were talking about the budget, weren't we?
I believe so.
Okay, so we can't talk about the budget tonight, is that what you're saying?
Wait, well, no, it hasn't been posted for 30 days, we can't do anything about it.
Okay, because we want to discuss it before we approve it. That's all I'm saying.
But we can't vote on the budget tonight. But,
Okay.
we should open the discussion tonight.
Okay, here's the reasoning that I see for it, is that normally budgets are talked about at regular meetings. Everybody that usually attends the meetings knows that our regular meetings are every other month. So we should be discussing it and doing anything with it when most of the people show up.
It was
Not
announced,
everybody knew about this meeting tonight, obviously, but
it was announced at the last meeting that the budget would come up for discussion and approval at the December
at the
meeting.
December meeting.
So,
But it can only be approved after 30 days posted.
right.
And as posted, it can't be approved.
It hasn't been posted for 30 days.
As posted currently, it can't be approved in its current format.
It hasn't been posted for 30 days.
It's
Regardless if it's posted by December,
I don't care
whatever,
what
it's
you
not going to
think.
be
You're
done.
both
Not the
correct.
attorney.
You're both
Not the
correct.
attorney.
Mhm.
You're both correct.
It was announced at the last meeting, it would be discussed and approved
All
at the
that
December
aside.
meeting.
It would be best to discuss it in front of
Okay.
the audience. There's probably a lot to discuss.
And as an outsider, I will say, if you have issues with the budget, just make notes on it, be prepared for the next meeting.
That's a good point.
Okay? Meeting is adjourned.
But you
No.
left off number 7. You didn't, there's 7 items here, you skipped the last one.
Well, we done, we were just talking about 7 we just now, we carried.
There's number 7 on your agenda. You're missing that number 7 agenda item. Discussion and possible action regarding the responsibilities, and treasurer report.
Yeah.
So did I miss that discussion?
But we're talking about the budget.
Yeah.
Then it talks about some treasurer.
Can I still, Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
are we all done, or can I ask a couple of questions? I have a couple of questions. If Mr. Stevens doesn't mind, I was gonna ask him a couple of questions.
Okay.
In all your years working for the city, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to. Was your check paid the same day every month in all those years?
I don't know the same day. Generally, Mary just called me and say, hey, I'm bringing you a check. I never hear when I got it.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to give it to them.
I'm just checking the precedents.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She say, hey, get the check.
Okay.
Yeah,
It was extremely casual and neighborly is what you're saying.
Exactly.
That's what
I
I
told her
thought.
to get it to me.
you always had it ready.
She always had it. And she delivered probably to your house or something?
She had it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they were handed out in meetings.
Hanging out at me?
Depends on when the meeting fell.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It wasn't a big issue.
Okay, we're going to go over item number 7.
Discuss possible action requiring responsibility of treasurers. One.
this came,
We already talked about
well, we're gonna talk about it again. Because I talked to Mel and verified the city council member cannot be on the bank account. And should definitely be signing any checks. And they basically said that was not responsible at all. And, you know, it was first brought up that the mayor was signing the checks, but when we talked about the payroll last time, you said I signed the checks and I put them in that. So we really need to discuss that. Because, like I said, the gentleman I spoke to now said, that's not responsible at all. That it was a city council member, and we said that before in here, that you are not supposed to be on bank accounts because you're a city council person, just like any of us. No city council person should be on it, so I think that is something that we should address.
You said
Council member, an attorney at TML,
what was their name?
bad. Not that I'd be, okay, city council member on bank accounts, this is very risky. Subject to discipline when a council person goes above their authority. Remember, Mayor Pro Tem is a council member, just like any other council member. So we need to address that. I mean, are you the treasurer? Are you the city council? Are you city council?
You can't go two positions.
When I see
Nothing
that,
you read said that they couldn't be.
I want to see that before, because if that is what it says,
Well, did you take the
then I
test?
would be a council person. And we would only have one person on the account.
It's in this book. Did y'all take the test?
But that doesn't alleviate the fact
We all
that
took
we
the
still
test and they had
require
our
two signatures.
No, they don't.
That's
They do
false.
not. It's completely false.
That's not
We
true.
don't have all the certificates every time you've been reelected. You have to recertify.
I have never seen it in writing, but I would like to see it in writing.
Jack's looking at it right now.
So what do you suggest?
I'm just saying we need to have a conversation that you can only hold one position. Your city council member can't be treasurer. You can one or the other, so he needs to decide which one.
I'm not treasurer.
Okay. And you can't be on that.
I can say that with all honesty. I am not a treasurer.
He's taking on a whole lot for us.
I am helping
She doesn't
keep
appreciate that.
track.
Because it's against the law.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what?
Ladies,
Yeah, I'm not talking.
Wait, who would do it? Who's gonna do it? Where is the person to do it? Who's the person that can do it? On the council right now?
To do what?
Be the treasurer, sign checks.
Well, we have the city secretary, that was on her job.
She can't have two offices, remember? You just said that.
I said a city council person can't. have
Doesn't
two
matter,
offices.
she can't hold two
No,
offices.
she's not an elected official.
Sorry, she doesn't have a bond. Did you put
She
up
is
a bond?
not an elected official, she's a.
You're right.
Hey, your city secretary's always been the treasurer, Mary was that way,
That
everybody,
isn't
every
it,
city
right?
secretary's
That
been
isn't
that
Mary
way.
put up a bond.
Where's her bond?
Have you ever had a bond on anyone else?
Mary put up a bond.
You want
I'm
bond?
sorry.
I
City
asked
council
her.
members, I had a bond on me. You had to show precedence, remember, just like the payroll, we have to show precedence. And have you had a bond on any other city secretary? Have you had a background check on any other city
Mary
secretary?
had one.
Well, put a bond on it, that's not a big deal, the city has to pay for
That's
it.
fine.
Put a bond on it, but you didn't, Mary had a bond on it? We'd have to see that, but that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that, it's protecting the city.
Hey, glad you know what that is.
But, where were we?
There you go.
Well,
Okay, any more discussion?
Because that's what it said too, so. What happens here?
do you mind if I ask for the secretary to receive a check?
She has not received her check.
Carolyn, did you have something?
Well, she sent us an
well, I
email.
did, I was
saying that
going
she-
to answer,
Oh, I got the email.
I was going to, talk to the city secretary about her paycheck, but since she's not here,
Well, she sent us an email on Friday saying that she didn't receive her paycheck.
Well, she was paid on time. It was due the 29th of October. It was written and mailed on the 29th of October.
That's the bill. It was due to her on the.
No, it wasn't.
Not mailed on the.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't due to her
You get
on
your
the
social security
29th
check,
of
you get your social
October.
security check on that certain day that it's due.
You
No,
have no precedent for those, to what day it is.
there was no way we could get it to her on the 29th unless she came and got it in person. So it had to be mailed.
Oh, I didn't feel early enough to get there. All your bills have to be paid.
It was
Yes,
due
ma'am.
the
5 to 10 days
29th.
prior.
It was due the
Carolyn, when
29th.
did you get the information for the check from over cash approval? Were they late with their check stuff from her?
It came the day before, the 29th.
The 20th.
And this is my next question, why is the city council person involved in the payroll? I mean, you're dealing with private information. I mean, I've had to go through all these testing, you have her name, her social security, all that. I mean, I just want to make sure that you're being very private.
We were all at the meeting when she didn't give up the checkbook, that's probably wrong.
Yeah, I wouldn't be involved with this if she had have given up the checkbooks, everything would have gone smooth. She could have had direct deposit.
She has her reasons for that too, but I don't
The
understand.
city
It all
secretary
comes
has
back
always
to
been the
her.
treasurer.
I know that, but
Frank,
I don't understand it.
If everybody came up here, you wasn't gonna give it to individuals.
We didn't ask for individuals, it was the mayor. He wanted the checkbooks, which was his right.
It's just being uncooperative for no good reason.
Because it's never happened before, you just decided to change the rules. Oh, you weren't being consistent.
It wasn't
That's it.
changing the rules.
Yes, it was, because
No,
every
it
city
wasn't.
secretary before had it.
They weren't her checkbooks to begin with. They
The bills
belonged
were-
to the
But
city.
the bills were being paid on time when she was there.
That's true.
Well, maybe so, but the mayor wanted the checkbooks and she would not give them up.
There was a reason he wanted it.
No, there wasn't a reason. Unless she wanted the power of it. She changed all the codes and the PIN numbers on everything. She locked all the council out and the mayor out on all of it.
Well, wait, you need to pay her money, you have to hear to defend herself on that, I mean, we don't know that.
I agree with that.
A lot of accusations. if you
Somebody
prove
should
it,
be
like you said
It's
earlier,
not
a
an
lot of things they prove.
accusation.
No.
It's not an accusation.
You know, the pin numbers, how they close the account with money.
With
If
the
she had all
bank,
that, she
she
had all,
went to the bank.
if she had all that control out of Mr. Mabry.
She should have given him up. I spoke to a county judge about it, Johnson County judge, and he told me she was insubordinate by not giving them to her.
And I have a question, and I was speaking to Mal too about this today, because I've known to change the accounts since I've been on board. You have to have minutes from a city council meeting saying that the council approved for you to shut down those accounts and open up another one. But there was no approval done. We said, we never said that. So I don't
Yes,
think
there
we
was.
changed that.
He couldn't get them until the minutes were approved after he was, voted in.
But we never approved that. In the city
No.
council meeting, we never approved
He
for the
didn't
city
have
council
to,
to
all
change.
he had to do was take those approved minutes down that he was the mayor.
That he was the mayor, not that the city council approved it.
Right.
Is there, can I
That's
ask
not
a
what
question?
the way it said, the two came from ten, and I got it today.
Well, it makes no damn difference. I changed it, so let's cool it about that. I'm getting sick and damn tired of all this crap. We all need to work together, and you're just agitating the hell out of everybody, especially me. And if you think that I changed the rules just to satisfy me, I didn't get in on this damn Terri business. when she got paid last, but nobody told me about all this. Now, if she wants to come and us talk about it, I'll be more than happy to talk about it. And we'll set up a time, she can either how we want it.
She sent
And I'll be
several
more than
emails
happy
to me.
to do it.
She sent us several emails and nobody's responded to me.
Well, I don't get emails. Just like this lawyer. I want to see the man right here in front of me. Now, I know Kelly can come in and do that. Okay?
Are we adjourned?
Yes, we're done.
Okay.
We adjourn.